Yeah.
What's new with you, Eddie? What's going on? How's everything going?
Busy as can be right now. Preparing for a couple running races here next couple months. Got this finally approaching the end of the finish line with this home study for adoption. It's been pretty crazy.
It's been fun following your guys' journey on Facebook. I like that y'all share it all the time. It's cool to see the process. I have two cousins that are adopted, so
Nice.
I know I somewhat know the how tedious it can be.
Yeah. So yep, we're finally hopefully within the end of August, hopefully we can once the home study's finalized and everything, finally meet up with our agency and pretty much after that it's pretty much a waiting game after that. So yeah. But other than fundraising stuff that we're a part of. So yeah.
Binks, you are just too crazy right now for me. That's
how,
kidding.
how's the, how's the baby, Ryan?
Oh, dude, Logan's doing great. He's 15 pounds. 13 ounces was the last visit. 4 months old now. He's laughing. He's talking. Well, not really talking, but the baby talk. He's doing the baby talk. Has a blast at daycare. They post pictures like every 15, 20 minutes, it seems like. So it's been awesome.
Nice,
Yeah, he
nice.
was rocking his Dale Jr. outfit the other day. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. There's that one. That one. There you go. Yeah, he was rocking his Dale Jr. shirt, and then what was it? A couple weeks ago, I got him a onesie when I went up to the race, and on the back of it, it says "I smell burnout."
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah,
good.
nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little double duty here, talking to you guys, and then editing and posting my podcast here by the end of the show, three
No,
wide. So got that going. So yeah.
cat, what are you doing?
All right.
Oh shoot! I'm sitting here getting ready to start like playing intros and all that. I haven't shared it or nothing yet.
I got it on my because I got my notification.
Look at our episode number.
What number is it now?
Reminds me of Goon.
Oh yeah.
69. Take the number 69. It's hilarious.
Sports desk.
Sports desk. It's sports at a desk. You lunatic.
What a great lockout.
Nobody says that.
I just did.
That was an
Oh
awesome
man,
movie.
dude, that role was awesome for
Hmm. I think that's everybody I normally share it to.
him. The crew.
Well, hold on, Ryan. I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly. It's been a minute. Been out of the swing of things. It honestly, this feels like our first of the season Daytona episode all over again.
Yeah, it does.
Just get prepared for like 5 minutes.
All right.
This is like the longest process of just sharing it to all the social media pages. What was it? The Gander RV 400?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it was.
RV 400.
I think every race was sponsored by Gander this weekend, wasn't it?
Except the Iowa race.
Yeah, except for Iowa. Yeah. Iowa was the
Boy, do
US
I have a rant ready for that.
Xfinity race.
Yep, that's my rant this week. Castellano should play third base for the Cubs. That's what he plays.
Did you see that Greinke went to the Astros?
Dude, they are loaded, man. That is scary.
You know, excuse my French when I say this, but my first response was one word: fuck.
Shit. Shit.
And I didn't see it till about 20 minutes ago that happened.
Yeah. They now have Verlander, Garrett Cole, now Greinke. They got an awesome 1-2-3 punch.
Oh my god.
It's scary.
They've turned into the new Yankees.
Hey, they're spending the money.
And then what did Cashman do at the deadline? Nothing. Spinning me into a dimension of pissed off I haven't been in for baseball in a while.
Wait, who's your team in baseball?
New York.
The Yankees?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, thank you for 95 and 96, Sadie. Appreciate it.
The Xfinity race was
we won 95 World Series. That's 96 and 99. You guys beat us.
Okay. Was it 99? I thought 99 was...
Or 90 or 98, excuse me.
The
98.
Series was 2000. That's right.
One of those 2 years, but yeah, definitely 96. There.
What is going on in this right now? Okay, great.
wow.
What a great lockout.
Indians are beating the Astros 10-4.
What a great lockout, Ryan.
Oh, who says that? Oh, I just did.
It's not delivery. It's sports desk.
My boyfriend goes there.
I thought I muted this. Come on. How do I mute here? Settings, maybe? Notifications.
I love that. It's not delivery. It's sports desk.
Sports desk. We're all pink on the inside. Oh, that's right, Ryan. The ding dings.
Yeah, that's why I did the ding ding on there. We're back, ding ding.
I feel like The Rock here. Finally!
Jason Hayward's still a Cub.
Last
Jason
time I
Hayward
checked.
hasn't been much of baseball in a while.
Let's see, 279, 15 bombs, and 44 ribbies.
Check. 1 2 1 2.
Hey.
Hold on. Sounds like I have an echo. Let me just mess with it a little bit.
Weeders.
I guess not.
All right.
Maybe it's not an echo.
Oh, excuse
No,
me.
I guess we're good. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to roll.
That being said, wait a minute.
Oh,
Oh,
you forgot something.
hold the phone. Hold on. Just a minute. I have to download, or I have to not download, but open up the mixer deal so I can edit the volumes and all that. Whatever, Ryan.
It was Kyle Larson's birthday today.
Was it? Did he hit the wall?
Nah, he might have.
Pull that up. Pull this up. All right. Rolling intro.
All right.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I fall asleep when I'm home.
Ladies and gentlemen, your ears do not deceive you. We are back. Blue Slugs Podcast, back in action. I'm your host, AJ. And after a month long, with me as always, my co-host, Ryan. Ryan, what's going on, buddy?
What is going on, AJ? Oh, man, we're finally back. Man, I thought we hated NBC's broadcast. Everybody seems to always complaining about it on Facebook. But no, we're back. We're ready to roll. And AJ, don't we have a surprise for the listeners and viewers out there right now?
Presenting for the second time on the Blue Slugs Podcast, Eddie, EG3. What's going on, man?
Oh man, it is going well. The Loose Lugs podcast is back. Glad to be a part of the return. Yeah, NASCAR on NBC has had some great races the past 3 weeks and had another great race over the weekend. So looking forward to talking to you with you guys about that.
You know, what the funniest part was I was looking at the description on the live stream because it saves from the previous episode you recorded on the description. And we were talking about the end of Fox, post-Sonoma, the Burnsy Award. And I'm telling Ryan, I go, Ryan, we haven't had a single podcast since NBC's taken over.
That's why I said, I'm like, God, do we not like NBC? I sure as hell like their broadcast. I mean,
you guys won't hear, but you know, who doesn't love the good old
Slide job, trying to take the lead away.
slide job?
oh yeah, slide job. We got a slide job.
Always
Yeah,
looking for a
I mean-
reason to incorporate that in the show.
Yeah, it's great to be back, AJ. Great to have Eddie back on the show with us. I don't know if you want to, but explain why we've been off for a month.
As you can see behind me on the live stream, I know you guys can't on the Hangout call, but it's a little bit new of a surrounding in an actual office setting now. Moved over the month-long period, and getting internet here was a pain in the rear.
So you're in an office now.
Yes.
So you could do the pillow talk.
No, we're not doing late time bedtime stories with AJ. We're not doing that.
Ah,
Here we are
man.
on the Loose Lugs Podcast. I am AJ,
Oh yeah, that's
here
right.
to take you through the midnight hour.
Oh yeah. Well, we're 2 hours away from it, so
We are 6 minutes into the show, it seems, and we have already gone completely sideways.
nothing wrong with doing that.
This did not take long to get back into the swing of things.
No, it didn't. No, not at all.
But yeah, we missed a ton. So instead of our usual sports banter right here, because I
Yeah.
can't even remember in sports what's happened in the last month, other than
Football training camp started.
yeah,
Woohoo!
training camp started, and I didn't honestly, I didn't even know. Like, I've just this week started setting up my fantasy football league for this year that I run.
Oh man, I'm ready
Which
for fantasy football.
I normally plan like 2 months ahead, and instead this time I'm taking like literally a month, 30 days to set this up.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Fortunately, I have like the same people from the last several seasons coming back, so it kind of like I only have to plug in a few different people than I normally would. But it is
Wait,
it is a tedious process.
well, sorry to cut in. Is it too late to join?
It is too late to join. And another thing that works against you here, Eddie, is it's a live draft. We actually do it. We all get together and do it. I do normally do a free league, like a secondary free league that everyone can join, and I include everyone who like can't make the live draft into that. So if you want to be in on that this year, feel more, I'd be more than happy to. I would do for everyone who listens to this show, whoever wanted to join in on it, I would do like a 10 or 12 team fantasy league for the NASCAR community.
That'd be fun right there. A lot of fun.
Might have to get in on that here this year.
Maybe we can get like a whole podcast thing together.
That'd be fun. A lot of fun right there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's interesting. We're gonna have okay. So some discussions are gonna be had.
Yes.
I promise I won't be Commissioner Goodell. For everyone out there.
Just don't be Commissioner Bettman. Be all right.
I don't know which of the two I hate more. And hate is
so
a very
proud.
strong word, and I don't know which of the two I hate more.
Well, you gotta think. Goodell tried to go after the Patriots.
Yeah,
Bettman
he has
just
had it
Bettman.
out against my team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to touch that rabbit hole.
Nice.
No, but what I was saying was just skipping over the sports banter. In the weeks that we've missed, we've had Ross Chastain. Was when we last recorded, Ross Chastain got his redemption victory from the win he had that got taken away from him. Well, he's won twice more since then. Once in the Xfinity Series, once in the Truck Series. Being last week.
Yep.
We had 2 first-time winners in Alex Bowman and Justin Haley. The Alex Bowman one was amazing. The Justin Haley one was... I'm still mad about that. I'm like...
I got 2 things to say real quick. The Alex Bowman one, I'm in my living room. I'm jumping up and down.
Did you pull a PETM? Did you flip the couch?
No, I did not flip the couch, no. But no, I was excited about that. And with the Alex Bowman win, I thought Larson, when he got by him, I'm like, uh-oh, look out. But no, he's like, I'm not losing this race. The interview was great. I'm the only idiot to get stuck in the mud, which I thought was great. And the Justin Haley win, they waited as long as they could to get that race started because they're like, oh, great, we have an underfunded team that's sitting here in victory lane. What is going to go? What is happening?
A team that has no shot of making the playoffs, too, which is...
Yeah, they. I give all the credit in the world to NASCAR with that whole Daytona weekend, trying to get it in. You've seen it. They tried to get it in, but they couldn't. And then, like you said, what was it? New Hampshire had a nice finish, and same with Kentucky.
Yeah, the Kentucky race. I think I was. Where was I for the Kentucky race? I know I wasn't home for the Kentucky race.
No.
I think I watched it at a restaurant or something like that, and like I was totally spaced out on the conversations that were being had at the table because that Kentucky race was very good. I was just sitting there watching that the whole time.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally was yelling at the TV screen at the end of the finish there. I literally thought that Kyle and Perry were going to take each other out there. It's coming to the line there. But that was a great finish there. It's that Kentucky race.
The best part of that win, it wasn't the fact that Kurt Busch won, Kyle lost, and it was brother over brother. After the race, what was it, 28 years, 26 years? Was it 28 or 26? To the day of Davy's death. And he celebrated his Talladega win with his entire crew on the car. And Kurt Busch goes out, has the entire crew on the car, the checkered flag waving on the hood. Like, it was awesome.
Yes,
that was awesome.
And to me, being like the one driver I wish I could have seen race in my lifetime was Davey Allison. To see that type of tribute to me was cool.
Oh, Davey was awesome. I watched that special on Fox had on with him and his wife and all that. And man, that guy got messed up in a race car, but man, was he good.
He was a hockey player inside a race car. That's
Yeah,
how
oh
I
yeah,
consider Davey
he
Allison.
was.
You know, everyone talks about, you know, Dale Earnhardt. He's one tough customer. Well,
Yeah.
Davey Allison was another tough customer.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, you've seen on NASCAR the decades, though. They tell about how guys were driving with broken legs, broken wrists. Ricky Rudd having his eyes taped open and all that.
Yeah, Davey couldn't see out of one of his eyes.
No.
You know, it's incredible. Everything that the old school drivers went through. I hate to be sitting here saying that, you know, I think the past is better than now. It's such a different game, you know. But how many guys now do you see in these, especially the violent wrecks? They don't even walk out with a scratch. Back then, it'd be a different story.
Oh,
They'd be coming out with all sorts of injuries, you know. But it's all about the safety advances in the cars they have now.
Yeah, definitely the times have changed in NASCAR between then and right now. So definitely for sure. Yeah, the ball game has definitely changed.
Yeah, when we go to the signings, the Roush signings, they got an old Folgers car, Mark Martin, and again they got a new a Stenhouse car in there. And you look at the seat differences, all the head restraints, the steering wheel, everything on the cars. It's just like, it's incredible, the advancements in the sport.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, and kind of, I might jump the gun a little bit here, but you know, the Ben Rhodes scheme from Pocono,
How
and they're going to do it
badass
for
was that?
more races. That took me back to Ernie Irvin and Davey Allison for sure.
Ryan,
that was a looking ride.
What did I tell you, Ryan, when you sent me that picture of that? What was my first response?
Davey and Ernie.
I said that is like a throwback to Davey with a little twist on it.
Yep, I love that car. I absolutely loved that truck this past weekend. That is like a Darlington throwback scheme right there. I'd like
It's a Darlington throwback every week with that one.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
I would love to see someone run the accurate Davey Allison, the white and black, the white, red, and black with the number. I want to see someone run that exact style of car. Like, if they can get Ben Rhodes to do it for that weekend where they do the Darlington throwback, I think trucks are out at, was it Canadian Tire that weekend?
Yeah,
yep. If they could have him run like that style of paint scheme with that reflective gold chrome number, that'd be so cool.
Oh, heck yeah, it would.
But yeah, it's been great. We even had more Darlington throwbacks come out. What'd you think of the this isn't a throwback, but Kevin Harvick, the Millennial car, and then now the Gen Y car or Gen X or whatever it was.
The car at Pocono, I thought that was amazing. I'm like,
it was pretty gnarly, wasn't it?
Yeah, I first looked, I saw it on Twitter. I forgot who posted it on Twitter, and I'm like, I showed Sarah, and she's like, that car is badass. I'm like, that's what I was thinking too. And by the way, that win at New Hampshire is his stepping stone to being one of the four, I think, in the finals. Because
I have not seen Harvick's car yet for the throwback weekend yet. So I have no comment on that just yet.
Yeah, has Harvick even released one yet for Darlington?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I haven't seen one yet, to my knowledge anyway. So I don't know.
I don't know if they. No. Well, no. Only certain of the Stewart Haas cars are throwing it back to Tony cars. I think it's everyone but Harvick is doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of Tony Stewart, did anybody see what he happened on at a dirt track?
What was that, Ryan?
What Tony Stewart did at a dirt track. I think Eddie saw what happened.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man.
It was like, I saw something on Facebook afterwards, and it was like a Google search, 8:34 p.m. How to piss off Tony Stewart, and then like it had another picture that said, and it was a Google search, 8:43, who to see about a broken nose.
Where was this? Where was this at? I mean, I've seen the video like 10 times. Where was this at?
I don't know where it was at, but my thing is like, there's so many people out there on social media just bashing Tony Stewart for this, but I saw someone say that who was there say, "Oh no, this guy was antagonizing him from the moment he got out of the car."
That's what I've read from a few others, other at least on Twitter, or from what the people were tweeting about. Like the guy was kind of taunting Tony Stewart a little bit, and Tony just decided he had enough.
And I mean, we kind of know, Tony's quick to go off the handle, but at least he normally has a reason for going off the handle.
Oh yeah.
Generally he does, and he's not gonna go to a dirt track and just hit somebody, hit a fan just for the fun of it.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. I mean, we've seen the incident happen a few years back at Bristol between Kyle Busch and that fan. Denny Hamlin at Martinsville with that fan. Surprised it doesn't happen
Denny
more
had
often.
it coming to him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still salty about that Martinsville race. And you know what? That Dale Jr. download this week with Chase Elliott, it re-pissed me off about that race.
I was watching that at NBCSN, and
when he was sitting there talking about it, like, we win that race, we're in the championship 4. I got pissed again. I got the same amount of pissed off as I did that night.
Man, oh man.
But that was a good one this week with Chase and Junior.
What other race have? We talked about Chicago, obviously Alex Bowman, and by the way, how wicked weather that was too at Chicagoland when they had the videos of the tents blowing down. Lap traffic was there, and they shot some great videos of the storm.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, like I said on my podcast, 3Y podcast, after that weekend, I said they should have not started that race. That's I was not happy about that.
What did they do? Run 12 laps, 11 laps, something like that?
All they ran was 12 laps, and then Lightning's like around the corner, like around just outside of turn 3 and 4. They only ran 11 to 12 laps, and you're putting, the drivers, and they're inside their cars, yes, but you're still putting them in danger. Not only that, you're putting the fans in the stands. It was a good crowd out there in danger too. So, and over the past couple of weeks, Steve Phelps, O'Donnell, and those guys talking about 8-mile radius, about lightning and whatnot. It kind of goes back to Daytona a little bit, but that definitely there. I definitely did not agree with starting a race right there, especially with dangerous weather around the corner.
Yeah, it wasn't a smart call at all.
That's why I was surprised at Daytona, because you've seen the dark clouds in the area. Why they weren't throwing the caution, bringing them into pit road. Let the fans in the stands get to safety, get to shelter. I just don't understand it. Like, because there been a couple races I've been to, and we've seen the weather moving in. Yeah, once it starts raining, then we'll seek shelter.
What about that vortex theory, man? That works. I'm telling you. If every time I see those vortex posts, it's just logging off of Twitter for the night.
Get that vortex going. Let's go.
Yeah. Someone tweeted to, I think it was Gluck last weekend when they had the caution for rain. Hey, Gluck, how's that vortex theory working now?
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, I saw that.
That was so funny. So what do you guys say? Were you ready to break down what happened between Pocono and Iowa this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Let's get into some gas and go. What do you say?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Gas and Go. Let's reintroduce what Gas and Go is for you. It's where we go over the race weekend and recap, give our thoughts about everything that happened. Kicking things off on Saturday afternoon, we had the Gander Outdoor Truck Series from Pocono, where Ross Chastain wins another one, gets to smash another watermelon at the start-finish line. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes, it was, and I enjoyed the race at Pocono with the trucks. I always do. Lap one, man. I've been sending AJ a message with my picks, and I'm like, all right, Pocono, and I'm gonna go Stuart Friesen, lap one, and there goes 52. Oh,
You mentioned it. Chaos, lap one, Stuart Friesen gone. And then another thing that I found crazy was there was only 2 leaders in this entire race.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't see the truck race because I was helping a friend settle into his new place. Kept a close eye on NASCAR.com. Yeah, this race was probably one of the least favorites of the weekend. That's surprising coming out of my mouth because usually the truck races are pretty exciting, but this race, even with the improvements of the PJ1, with the, like you guys said, only two leaders in this race, yeah, it was kind of boring. I'm not boring. That's kind of a Pocono-ish race, if you will.
That was about as
there,
Pocono as it gets, is what you mean.
Yes, there you go. And Ross Chastain, yeah, he pretty much solidified his spot in the playoffs there with a big win there. And listening on Race Hub podcast last week, I believe it was Todd Bodine and Adam Alexander drew up a scenario where Ross Chastain would still miss the playoffs with one win. Well, Ross Chastain put that to sleep.
I put him in my final 4, so with the way they've been running.
Yeah, that and even the final 4 races of the Truck Series, leading up to Homestead, they all kind of play into Ross's hands. And if this season's proven anything, it's that no matter the track, no matter the place, no matter the time, Ross can take that team and that truck to victory lane. It does not matter. It can be sponsored, unsponsored, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's going to be smashing a watermelon at the start-finish line.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie, I was talking to AJ on it was Saturday, and I'm like, how about Dale Earnhardt Jr. go out there and sign Ross Chastain and drive the 8 car next year for the Xfinity Series? What do you think?
I thought about that same scenario last year,
Mm-hmm.
even when Ross Chastain signed with Ganassi there, even though obviously that deal didn't unfortunately pan out for him. But that was one of my options. Also, okay, Dale Jr., you get into a good driver, not only on a track, but also off the track too. He's good with sponsors. He's old school. That's what I like about Chastain. Very old school, unsponsored, sponsored, whatever. He's going to give you 110% every time he drives a race car.
He's racing on Saturday and back to the farm on Monday. That is, like you said, Eddie, that is about as old time racing as it gets.
I was senior right there to the core. You race Saturday or Sunday night, whenever it is, Monday, hey, he's back on that farm.
Yeah, we've had a lot of senior references at the beginning of this show so far.
We have,
but exactly, it's right up there with it. He's like Earnhardt said, feeding the cows or racing on Sunday, feeding the cows Monday. It's the same thing. That's the type of racer Ross is. The question was asked, and I know Eddie, I thought you commented on this a couple weeks ago. It was on Twitter, and I think it was Mick who was talking about it. What defines a wheelman? What's a wheelman in racing? And I put it in the best way I could of it's someone who can go out and perform and finish well in not the best equipment. You can put them in anything out there on that track, any type of car, truck, car, open wheel. It doesn't matter. They can compete. And that is Ross Chastain. And he's showing it this year. He can, no matter what you put him in, he wins with what is it, Nice Motorsports?
Yeah, in college.
Yeah. He goes out there and wins with them. They don't have a sponsor on that car every weekend. Then goes out with Colleague Racing and wins Daytona. It's Ross Chastain is the best wheelman in the sport right now.
I love what the owner of Colleague Racing said at Daytona. Hey, I'm going out there. I want a trophy. And he was blunt, honest. He's like, I want a trophy.
Yeah, and kind of is. I know we're talking about Pocono, but going back off of that Daytona there with college racing, 3 cars, all of them very fast and running up front, and giving respect to one another also during that race a couple weeks ago as well. All of them fast. Allmendinger, Chastain, Justin Haley, they worked together. They had a common goal, executed that, and then of course Ross Chastain wins the race right there. Fortunately, of course, Allmendinger's car got DQ'd, but still, Colleague Racing had a goal. Hey, I want the trophy, like Ryan just said, and they got a trophy. Bam.
Yeah, and you know, I was gonna actually wait till later in the show to say this, and when we're talking about Colleague Racing here, it's just unfortunate event with
Oh yes.
with Nick Harrison on that, and it was a sad day in racing. Yeah, I mean it's a well-known, familiar face in the garage area. Just got done on the pit box of an Xfinity race, and it was just
New Hampshire. Yep.
it was sad.
Very sad. And I love what Iowa did on the broadcast on Saturday. Lap 11, they went silent for the whole lap, and then at Pocono on Sunday, the crowd was standing and cheering on lap 11. So
I believe they also had the initials of NH at the start finish line at Pocono.
yeah, did you see what Ross did too after the race? They had that, like you were saying, the NH on somewhere outside the track, and Ross went there with the checkered flag and put it on the rock with his initials on it.
Yeah,
and they took a picture of it. So that was very touching right there.
Yeah, it was just it was unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. And that was a really nice tribute that he did this weekend.
Yes, it was.
That was very nice.
So we mentioned the chaos in lap 1. We mentioned Ross Chastain winning another one. How about a guy who also won his first race while we were gone, Ryan? Tyler Ankrum backed up his win with a second place finish.
Yeah, I've actually he's if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, definitely do. He responds a lot. I tweeted him out after the win at Kentucky. He's like, "Thanks, man. And, thanks for watching," stuff like that. I'm like, "All right, cool." He got a second. I'm like, "Hey, man, keep up the great work." And I'm like, "I like that. You guys are going out there showing you guys are." I'm like, "You're in this fight for the chase right now." And he's like, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it." And I didn't know too that that not tomorrow night, but next Saturday, the Michigan race, the last race to get into the Truck Series playoffs.
That is going to be one crazy race next weekend.
The truck races at MIS are some of the best races around. What was it last year? Sauter, Moffitt side by side at the finish line. They produce some great finishes out there, and it is tempting to go out there. I'm trying to win some tickets for it. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Brandon from the Lap Traffic podcast in the chat was asking if he was gonna see you at Michigan.
That is
up in the air right now.
Yeah, it's up in the air right now. I'm trying to win some tickets.
You know damn well week of you'll be telling me you got tickets to go.
I got to talk to the wife on this one. So.
Okay, we'll keep it a secret till then.
Yes, exactly. That's right. So anyways, about that awesome truck race, the PJ one actually, not so much the truck race, but the cup race. I thought it came in. So,
yeah.
Silent here on the Loose Lugs podcast.
No. I was gonna say, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
We're talking in tongue now. Oh man.
Oh, yep. It's been a month.
Yep, we're back.
I told you all before the show, it's gonna be like the first Daytona show we did this year. It's just gonna be, it's gonna be trial and error for the first couple minutes. But let's just go to the stage winners, I suppose.
Yeah,
First stage was Ross Chastain. Second stage, Harrison Burton. Third stage, was or third stage race winner was Ross Chastain. Your top 5: Ross Chastain, Tyler Ankrum, Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, and Brett Moffitt. And your standings following Pocono: Brett Moffitt, Grant Enfinger, Ross Chastain up in that third spot for the playoffs. Matt Crafton, Johnny Sauter, Stuart Friesen, Austin Hill, and Tyler Ankrum. Your next race is Eldora this Thursday, not tonight, that I messed up on earlier with Ryan. 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
And they got the qualifying races on, I do believe, at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, let me double check real quick. So
it was funny earlier because I was filling out like the schedule for the weekend, and I came across on NASCAR.com they had preview Eldora / Watkins Glen. I was like, oh, Eldora's this week. That's right. And then I saw Trucks on Track tonight right below it, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that race tonight?
7 o'clock is the qualifying races, and then 9 p.m. is the Dirt Derby. Always puts on a great show.
I guarantee I'm gonna have to record that. Damn,
I
wanted to watch that live. I didn't even know it was tomorrow.
The last 2 years, I think it's been the race of the year in all the series.
It's always entertaining. Yep. Every year that thing is entertaining.
I don't live too far from Eldora.
Are you taking a spontaneous trip out to Eldora? Or are you going to be able to get that passed?
I would love to do that, but not this year. Possibly next year, or maybe wait till Logan's a little bit older so he can handle the noise.
Just tell Sarah you have a work meeting. You can go.
We work together.
That's right. I forgot.
Hey man, I got a long delivery.
Yeah, I gotta go to Ohio for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
Ryan wouldn't be back tomorrow. He'd be back Friday.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
I'd be back Friday late too. Oh wait, there's racing Friday. I might be back Saturday.
Ryan's then gonna swing out to New York and catch the races at Watkins Glen, okay. Then come back.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a detour for a minute.
Yeah.
Did you know there was construction from Ohio that I had to detour to New York on? I couldn't get back here till Monday.
Yeah, that's something else.
Moving on, we got the Xfinity Series from Iowa. Chase Briscoe pulls off the upset victory over Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell led all but I think 20 laps in this race. And just Briscoe got to the corner of him and never looked back.
And I tell you what, that was a great pass. I was over at my cousin's house. I missed it. But then Sean's like, hey, are you watching the Xfinity race? I'm like, no, I got it recorded. And then I see what he was talking about, which I'm going to dive into a little bit later. But I got home and I, had it on FS1 still, or NBCSN, excuse me. It's been a while because I thought we're still on the Fox portion of the show or the season. So, but
don't worry, the Truck Series is still on Fox.
Which we're good with. But good move by Briscoe, get the job done. I mean, Bell securely, in the playoffs, but a great move by Chase Briscoe to get the car in victory lane.
Yeah, I listened to this on MRN, most of it, and I did not see the end of this race here, but I went back before the Cup race to see the end of this race, and Chase Briscoe put a classic slide job on C. Bell there.
Oh, hang on a second, Eddie. I got to play it now. You said it.
Slide job, trying to take the lead away. Slide job.
That'll never get old. I'm telling you, that'll never get old.
No.
Especially being his first race too. Slide job.
Yep, that 98 all weekend was pretty fast. And usually Cole Custer's up there battling, but Cole Custer had an issue during the race there. But this 98 car is somebody you better watch here the rest of the year, especially in the playoffs. I know Chase Briscoe won before at Homestead. I know I'm getting way too far out, but Briscoe won the series at Homestead with Brad Keselowski Racing a couple years ago. So if this 98 car can be more consistent in getting stage points in the playoffs, better watch out. he could be that fourth guy.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir.
And
Yes,
I know
sir.
we mentioned it earlier about Nick Harrison, but how about Justin Haley finishing 8th in this race at Iowa?
Haley, solid run, solid run. And you know, there at the end of the race, I was really starting to pay attention to him because that they had a battle between. It was like Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gregson, and Tyler Reddick were all in just this mosh pit with Justin Haley too. Separate battles going on all around the track, but it was such good racing. I love Iowa. I think it's such a
By
great
the way,
track.
not next year, but the year after that, I'm calling it right now. It will have a cup date.
Yeah, like I said, like I said, the last time I was on here on the podcast, unfortunately I couldn't get out there to Iowa this year, but it's going to be either hopefully next year I can get out there to one of those races out there. But yeah, I mean Iowa, they catch a lot of flack from other guys that they don't deserve a cup race or whatnot, this and that, but they put on tremendous racing and they got multiple grooves. You can run a low line, you can run the middle, and most of those cars right in the high lane as well. So it got really exciting late, and hopefully I can get out there next year.
I tell you what, too, they have the Indy cars go out there, trucks and Xfinity go out there, and I think the Cup Series goes there. I think it's just a matter of time.
I would love to see it just for the battles on track, and it's just every time I watch a race there, whether it be trucks, Xfinity, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, Father's Day weekend had great racing out there, and then this past weekend, K&N car. They just showed the K&N race tonight on NBCSN. That was a fun race to watch too.
Yeah, it was.
I thought somebody forgot their mic was on mute.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
I was delaying because I thought, I didn't know if Eddie was going to respond to that or you were going to say more
I
about it. I was just kind of.
didn't see the K&N race, unfortunately, so I did not get to see that. So I don't even know who won the K&N race.
It's the first week back, or the first episode back in a month. You just got to bear with us for a second.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but like I said, I hope they get a race. I really do.
I'm right there with you on that.
I might actually take the 9-hour drive to go there if they do get a race.
So go ahead.
Sorry, I'm only 5 hours away from the Newton, Iowa track. So
yeah, I do.
Doable.
If I'm not mistaken, it is 9 hours from my house. If I'm not mistaken, my brother did some work in Iowa, and I'm like, "Hey, go by Iowa Speedway." He's like, "I'm like an hour and a half." He was an hour and a half away from where he was working. So
we have kind of like an elephant in the room to address about this race, but I'm gonna
8 hours 26 minutes according to my maps.
I'm gonna hold that off for the end because I feel like we're gonna have a pretty long discussion about it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go past. Early in the race, Austin Cindric, Noah Gregson, they get together. Gregson's car looks like it was just through 500 laps at Bristol by the end of that race. Colt Custer had problems. Got into the wall there late in the race. Now, did he have help on that, or did something break? I couldn't remember if something broke or if he got it. Someone hit him.
I'm not sure because like I said, I was over at my cousin's house and I missed that. So
I thought something broke.
I think something broke and then he got hit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
So not a good weekend for Colt Custer, although it was looking like it was going to turn out to be a good weekend. And now I get to this debacle during the final caution.
Reminded me of Richmond with the ambulance.
We had a Juan moment. Juan Pablo Montoya moment.
Oh
boy. Dylan Bassett was coming down pit road and he hit the track sweeper. And the funniest thing about this is it's my dad and I. We're sitting on the couch. We're watching this race, and we're seeing everything happen. We just got done laughing because Dale Jarrett. I forgot who wrecked at the time, but Dale Jarrett just said he was having a great day running 18th, and my dad and I, we couldn't believe that he just said that. Like, Dale Jarrett, awesome NASCAR guy, knows so much about the sports, but he's like, yeah, they were running 18th, had a solid day going for him, and we're like, 18th's not a solid day.
That's a bad day.
For an underfunded team, I mean, I think that's what he's meaning by that when he says that.
Yeah.
It takes you back when you hear it.
Oh, yeah.
As that's all happening, we're watching them clean up all this speedy try, and we hear, oh, guys are coming to the pits, and we're like, he's gonna hit him. He's gonna hit him, and then it was, oh my god, he hit him. Oh my god, he hit the sweeper. I don't know who to blame. I don't know if you blame the spotter. I don't know if you blame the driver. I don't know if you blame NASCAR for having pit road open there with the track sweeper there. It was a cluster, you know what.
Apparently, NASCAR thought that the spotters were paying attention, and they're like, "Yep, pit road's all clear, guys."
The track sweeper needed a pit for 4 tires and fuel. It was just trying to get down to pit road speed.
Yeah, he needed fuel, and he needed to add
he added a wet adjustment in there a little bit. You know what I mean?
The absolute best part of this is like when you watch the guy driving the truck, you can tell he ain't wearing a seatbelt because his head hits the roof when he gets hit.
Ooh. You missed that. I wasn't paying attention to that.
You just see like the body in the driver's seat go whoop, right up. Jeez.
Wow.
Ryan, you brought up the Michigan or the Richmond ambulance. I think this takes the cake.
I think so too, because there's all this dust and debris flying through the air. Yep. It's
not like he barely hit it. He hit all of it.
No, Bassett hit the rear, pretty much all the rear end of the sweeper truck.
It was just such a comical event. Like it brings me back to the Alex Bowman with the car on fire and the official falling as he's going to extinguish the fire.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a blooper reels forever. I feel bad that we're laughing about it, but it's like, how can you not?
I was when Sean, like I said, Sean's like, "Hey, did you see what happened?" And then I saw it happen, and I'm like, "Whose idea was it to have pit road open?
Who gets to pit road that early?
Yeah, where's spotters at? I don't know."
It was like you probably heard over the radio, pit this time. Was like, okay, went on down there and. Yeah, you can't see nothing with that dust flying up in the air. I'm not saying like if you're just gonna hit a truck, just clear as day, because it wasn't clear at all. But but it's
the entire state of Michigan right now is under construction right now. And on one of my deliveries the other day, they were cutting up some of the concrete and the dust. I'm like, no wonder why he hit the street sweeper. I couldn't even see out the damn car or the van. I'm like, what?
You tell me you almost had a Juan moment there, Ryan?
I almost had a Juan moment.
Just like as soon as it happened, my first thought was Clint Boyer and Brett Griffin going back and forth on the radio how many drivers does it take to ruin a NASCAR race, and Brett Griffin just won.
I feel bad for Bassett. I mean, he, like Jared said, he was running good, staying out of people's way, and the street sweeper got him. Yeah, man, I'm running 18th, underfunded team. We're running good, and the street. I can picture the interview now, and the damn street sweeper got me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh man, stage winners. I just got to get to it, otherwise we'll sit on this forever. First and second stage: Christopher Bell, race winner Chase Briscoe. Your top 5: Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gregson, and Tyler Reddick. in your standings following Iowa: Christopher Bell, Colt Custer, Tyler Reddick, Justin Allgaier, Michael Lynette, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Noah Gregson, Justin Haley, John Hunter Nemechek, Brandon Jones, I got it right, and Ryan Sieg. Your next race is Watkins Glen this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN.
Nope, just NBC.
Well, judging by the NASCAR thing, it was NBCSN.
Let's see.
NBC.
Yep, right here.
Y'all calling me wrong here? You
Oh,
corrected me?
Times, date Saturday, August 3rd, 3 p.m. Watch on NBC. Why?
NBC, yeah.
And here's
I can't watch it on NBC, so I got to find somewhere else to watch it.
And here's my thing. Why in the world are you putting the Xfinity Series race on NBC, but the Cup race on NBCSN?
No, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I know you're all right with it because you got DirecTV or Dish.
Here's AJ's rant this week. Screw DirecTV, okay?
There you go.
There's AJ's rant.
All right. I mean, I just don't get it.
I get what you're saying, Ryan. Why don't you have those races flipped? I mean, the Cup race on NBC, national TV. Look at the last couple of races at the Watkins Glen, the finishes, and you switch it over to the Xfinity, move that to NBC, SN. So I get what you're saying. That's my thought process also. But I have a Sling internet cable, and I have cable also, but only with the national big time channels. I still have NBC, but I mean, it wouldn't matter to me either way. But still, though, I think with the way that these road course races have gone, especially at the Glen the last few years, especially the battle between Chase and Martin last year, why would you move it over to a national televised audience?
Exactly. I mean, like right now, I'm looking at right now Sunday at 3:00. You have women's volleyball on till 4:00, and then you have swimming. You're telling me you can't put that on the NBC Olympic Network or NBCSN?
I will say NASCAR is like what is it? Even during football season, the second most watched live sport.
Yeah, I just woosah. Man, it's like that time, I think it was last year, when they had figure skating on over a race and they had it on the backup network. I'm like, I mean, I know a lot of the cable companies right now get NBCSN, the Fox Sports one. This is why I like Fox's broadcast at the beginning of the year. Daytona, okay, next week, we're going to be on Fox at Atlanta. And, okay, I'm good. We have a little preview, but I'm good.
Can we go back to my rant real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Screw DirecTV.
Sure.
There, ran over. Don't feed me. Don't feed me this damn excuse of we have the customer's best interest in mind. No, you got your wallet in mind. Just pay them. Pay them.
No kidding.
Thank God this didn't happen during the Stanley Cup playoffs. I would have lost my mind.
You don't get CBC down there, do you?
I don't. I am about as far in the United States south as you can get from Canada.
I'm close to Canada. I'm like 25, 30 minutes from Canada,
You got Horty's by you too there, Ryan?
Yeah, we got Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Do you have a buddy named Bonesy?
Negative.
It's that is no one is gonna get that. That is an inside joke I have with a couple buddies of mine.
What a great lockout.
What a great lockout.
I had to throw it in.
Nobody says that.
Oh, I just did.
2020, next NHL lockout, by the way. It's going to happen.
Oh, I'm sure it is too.
Moving on, we got the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series from Pocono, and Denny Hamlin wins another Pocono race. Is that his fifth win or fourth win at Pocono?
Number 5 for Hamlin. Yes, sir. High 5 for Hamlin.
Finished in fourth. Who finished in fourth? Who's moving up in the standings?
Was it you I saw in an argument with someone about William Byron the other day?
It probably could have been. Probably it was.
I can't remember who it was, but someone was in an argument about it.
Oh, it could have been.
Seriously?
Yeah, my buddy was just messing with me saying that Chad was going to go back to the 48, and I'm like, no, Chad's in the 20 with the 24 for the long haul until Chad's done. They've shown signs of improvement all year long. I don't know if you guys see it, but yep, AJ, don't you see it?
Uh, yeah, I see the improvements. Yeah.
I do too.
It's just so weird seeing Jimmy with someone other than Chad.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. So, by the way, yeah, this race was definitely better than the June.
Yeah, I would agree also, especially the restarts. Holy cow.
It
Those
was
were
insane.
And I love what NASCAR did prior to the race. Because they know how big the straightaway is. Don't lay back. Suarez laid back in one of the green white checkered, or no, prior to that, and the NASCAR's like, nope, longest line, restart violation.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Harvick was gonna take this win again.
I did too.
And then like it was crazy because he had the opposite cycle battles between him and Kyle Busch. It was really interesting there for a second, and then Kyle getting screwed over by not screwed. He wasn't screwed over by it, but the strategy got a wrench thrown into it.
Oh yeah,
with the back-to-back cautions there at the end of the stage 2.
Yeah, and Jimmy benefited from that winning stage, but
only his
going
second stage win of his career.
That's crazy. That's crazy in itself, right there. That's that alone. But I wish, part of me wished to see, the finish of the race. You had fuel strategy on point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Hamlin. No, it was Eric Jones leading, trying to save gas, knowing his situation for the playoffs. You had his two teammates behind him with MTJ and Denny Hamlin. You have a hard-charging Kevin Harvick behind as well. And then in the broadcast, I believe it was Steve Letarte and Jeff Burton. I believe it was Steve that kept pumping up. All right, so Paul Menard pitted for the top off. And I believe Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also topped off as well. They were in the best position. Probably, hey, they can get a win, right? It turned out it didn't happen for neither of them. But it would have been interesting to see this fuel strategy game play itself out instead of seeing the caution, which I believe the 53 brought it out that set this whole thing up.
The Belicki was stopped on the one of the straightaways there, and Brad took to Twitter's like, out of all the places to turn off on that big track, you decided to stop in the middle of the track. Yeah, I mean,
Brad didn't have too good of a day himself.
I thought he got a top 10 8th.
Yeah, he somehow finished 8th. I don't know how the heck that happened.
I know.
He had a long day.
I was messaging Ryan because Keselowski gets in the wall, and Ryan is a fan. I know it makes him, giddy because of everything that happened with Byron and Keselowski at Daytona.
Don't get me started. Don't get me
started. and so on top of all that, he comes out of pit road, get a change of tires, and then it falls off the jack. I'm like, this could not go any worse. At this point, it cannot get any worse for him.
No, it could. But hats off to the team for giving him a good car, get top 10 finish after what could have been a terrible afternoon at the office.
Kind of on that staying on that Penske train for a second here. Blaney, he had a long and somehow finished 10th. Brought out one of the cautions early in that race, and then Joey Logano went silent for the rest of the race. I don't know what happened with that 22 car afterwards, but he was a factor in stage 1, and after that, he was just a no-show for the rest of the race.
I don't know if y'all saw the Radioactive this week, but they had the Blaney audio from that wreck, and he's like, was I not clear? Or did I not give him enough room? And his spotter comes back with, unless he was running, or unless he needed 3 lanes, no, you were good.
Yeah. Speaking of incidents, how about Kurt Busch up into the wall, and Ricky Stenhouse finishes the job. And then the Twitter afterwards.
I'd pay to see it. They need to put it on pay-per-view.
Oh,
Have
heck
both
yeah.
of them fight in the middle of the road. I just want to see it.
And you have Bieber and Tom Cruise on that card too.
Yeah. I am Team Kurt Busch because y'all know my opinion on Ricky Stenhouse.
Mhm.
Me too. Team Kurt right here. Woo. That was I literally laughed when I read that tweet, and then Ricky's response right there. Yeah, Kurt took Ricky to school right there.
Yeah. And then Ricky just coming back with, you know where I live or something like that. Like, oh man, this is we're going too far at this point.
But I mean, yeah, that's a racing deal right there. Yeah, tire coming apart. Ricky's like, get out of my way.
Yeah. This race had everything though. You had your weather delays, you had pit cycles and fuel strategy, good battles, restarts were amazing.
PJ1 coming into play.
PJ1 coming into play. There was good passing on the track too. You had beef, like you just mentioned, with Kurt, and you had Kurt and Stenhouse, and you had Blaney and Suarez. It was a very entertaining race.
You mean Bubba and Suarez there? I still don't know what they were arguing about.
But after the race, yes, Bubba and Suarez. I didn't mention that. I was referring to the Blaney Suarez incident on track.
Okay. Yeah, but there was also Daniel Suarez chatting it up there with Bubba Wallace afterwards, which I still trying to figure out what was the deal with those two. But apparently, obviously, if you guys saw the video there, clip, they didn't agree on real estate or something there.
Yeah, it's heat of the moment after the race. It's
two guys trying to make the playoffs right now, knowing they got a select handful of races left. It's what it all comes down to.
This makes me can't wait for next year in Daytona, being that race before the cutoff.
Oh, that's gonna be. I'm not gonna say a word.
You might want to pack a lunch. This could take a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking words right there.
But
this is an entertaining race. I thought it was a very good race.
It was definitely way better than June. Like I said, that PJ1, gave us what we wanted to see in June with this new rules package, and hopefully more tracks that where it's hard to pass are going to start putting this stuff down on the track. I know they did it at Kentucky to colored racetrack now, light, and it was just weird. So.
Yeah, and I don't know how far deep we're into the show, but I'm really looking, now that Pocono's in the books, looking forward to next year's Pocono Double. Oh man.
Yeah, they were mentioning that all weekend, and the more they mentioned it, the more I'm like, this is gonna be really cool, because then they're inverting the field for the second race, and it's just gonna be, oh my gosh. This is, because if you think about it, who finishes in the back normally? Your slow, underfunded teams.
Yeah, I heard they had to stay on the lead lap, is what I thought.
Oh, that's
the lead lap though.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see. That's me not paying attention.
So if only 10 cars finish on the lead lap, 10th is going to start first. First is going to start 10th, and then the rest is.
Then the lap down cars. Yep.
Oh, it's going to make some interesting middle of the pack battles.
I know they said the ARCA race is going to be run Thursday. Friday is going to be practices and qualifying. Saturday is going to be the truck race. Saturday is going to be a cup race, and then Sunday Xfinity and Cup.
What a weekend! That's going to be such a weekend.
Yeah,
that's the hottest ticket in
TV all weekend.
Oh yeah.
Your stage winners in this one: first stage, Kyle Busch; second stage, Jimmy Johnson; and your race winner was Denny Hamlin. Your top five: Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Martin Truex Jr., William Byron. Let's hear it, Ryan. Kyle Larson rounding out your top 5. I saw a dumb article this week that now that I'm really thinking about this, it was that Chevy's stretch of dominance does not prove their back after Pocono. And now I'm looking at this top 5 going, well, you had William Byron, you had Kyle Larson up there, so they're still finishing in the top 5.
Daniel Hemrick had a strong run.
Hemrick did too. Hemrick impressed me this weekend.
Finished 7th. He looked really good. Finally putting something together there.
That's a good looking car. Caterpillar car.
It's an awesome scheme, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was good.
And then your standings of this one. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, William Byron. Let's hear it, Ryan.
Woohoo!
Eric Jones, Clint Boyer, and Ryan Newman.
62 points ahead of that cutoff line. Play that. You know what? This weekend, I know he did it at Sonoma, but go for the points. I was mad about it at Sonoma, but damn it, get the damn points.
No more conservative, huh, Ryan?
No more conservative. Going for points.
Next race, Watkins Glen this Sunday, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. What do you guys think? How's the weekend? What was it a good weekend? Was it a bad weekend? What did we have?
I thought it was a good weekend. You saw some good racing and some good tracks. So, I know you had mentioned to me. Go ahead, Eddie.
Good on this end as well. Saw some good battles for the lead, especially late at Iowa. Of course, the 19, Mark Truex come home in 3rd there. Usually he's on the wrong end of these fuel mileage games there, but glad he was able to hold on to complete the 1-2-3 JGR sweep. So, solid weekend.
What were you going to say, Ryan? You were going to say something earlier.
You had mentioned to me on, what was it, Saturday or Sunday, that you didn't like the stretch of tracks that were coming up.
Oh, no, just this. I was saying as a whole, this summer stretch of races, it is a long, brutal stretch to me. It's like, because you got a lot of the tracks in there that are, I wouldn't call them snooze fest, you know. But it's the less entertaining of the races that are on the schedule.
Watkins Glen, Michigan are pretty damn entertaining.
I'm not saying all of them are. I'm saying that there's a decent stretch of races in here that aren't good. Honestly, Pocono impressed me. I thought Pocono was going to be bad.
Yeah. It impressed the hell out of me. You know,
New Hampshire though, like besides the finish,
I thought the same thing about Kentucky. It was until the end.
Yeah, Kentucky and New Hampshire were kind of not so great races. The finish was good for both of those, but the racing was kind of, especially Kentucky, the cars, get spread out, but also with if you were getting a run off one of the car in front of you and then you get close to them, it was labeled quote unquote hard to pass at Kentucky.
Yeah, and you can't go ahead, Ryan.
It's how it's been with this rules package. Though, you get up behind someone, you lose that momentum. I hope they, like I said, the racing's been great, but it just seems like it's hard to pass. And I hope they take it into off-season considerations and make some more adjustments, tweak it a little bit, but not too much, and see what happens.
All I can say is when you judge if a race is good or not, don't determine it based on the finish of it.
Yep. Watch it was that Daytona 500 you went to. Martin Truex and Denny Hamlin that were side by side. The rest of the race sucked until the end. And everybody was saying, oh, that's the greatest Daytona 500 ever. No, it wasn't. It was one of the worst, in my opinion.
I hate that single file crap.
Thank you.
Like when you're there in the stands for something like that, it's like, come on, let's do something here.
It was like the Xfinity race at the start of the year this year. And Chase was on the radio. Why are we not moving?
Oh,
What's that, Hetty?
That was bad.
Yeah, oh.
That was bad.
Even like
the Xfinity race early this year, Daytona. I was just
my problem with the whole
that was bad.
everyone hating the single file stuff was during the ARCA race, because I understand it there. I understand why they do it there. Why they play it like a safer game in the ARCA series at Daytona. You know, most of those teams, like, that's their only car.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it there, but yeah, Xfinity and the Cup series.
Yep.
God, I hate that single file crap.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, the racing's been, they've been some great battles, but like I said, you get up to a car, you got to keep that momentum. They just lose too much momentum now.
Correct. So what y'all say we get into some tire rub? We got some news to go over this week.
A lot of news.
Left side. Pull this left fender out, left side.
Tire Rub, another reintroduction for you, is when we go over the news of the past week, which this kind of stretches a little bit, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Kicking things off, Richard Childress wants Tyler Reddick in a Cup car for next season, the 2020 season. Thoughts?
Are they going to add another car? Or are they going to get rid of somebody?
Who would you get rid of?
He ain't going to get rid of his grandson.
I don't think he gets rid of Hemrick.
I don't think he does.
Hemrick's in his rookie season right now, and like you said, Austin Dillon. Yeah, Austin Dillon's been there for a couple years. You're not gonna get rid of his grandson there. Yeah, I think
you have to add.
Yeah, you got to answer your question there. Yeah, you got to add another car in the mix. Go back to when RCR had 3 cars in the Cup Series, right? He had Boyer, Kevin Harvick, Jeff Burton in those cars back in the day. I think Tyler Reddick is ready for the Cup Series based on it. Kind of going off track a little bit, but Tyler Reddick looked good in the races this year, especially the race that I was at Kansas. He looked really good, so I think he's ready for the Cup Series next year. I think RCR should back up that third car.
Correct. I agree.
I have to agree too, because he's not getting rid of Austin, Ty, or Hemrick right now. So yeah, third car it is.
Kevin Menring out as Jimmy Johnson's crew chief. Cliff Daniels in.
Oh, go ahead, Eddie. Take this.
Oh man, this is kind of my little bit of rant here, so I'm just gonna take it. All right, so Kevin Menring, all this hype about Kevin Menring was hyped up by Elliott Sadler, obviously, and I don't like the timing of this. This is my big issue for me, the timing of this. 5 races to go, and I said this on my podcast this week, which will be uploaded here shortly, but the 3 Wide NASCAR podcast. I don't like the timing. 5 races to go. Why make the change now? I don't understand it. If you make this change with 10 races to go, yeah, I might understand it, but to make the change this late, I'm not so sure about it. I mean, yes, Cliff Daniels, I don't know much about him, but I've listened to, obviously, Race Hub in NASCAR America. He was on the team when Jimmy Johnson won his 7th championship back in 2016, and I believe it was one of the episodes.
He's got a good relationship with the team.
Yeah, he has a good relationship with the team, but I mean the timing of it is kind of bad in a sense here. Yes, 12 points is nothing for Jimmy Johnson, but
he kind of did it too quickly, I think.
It's a panic.
I think Rick Hendrick, in this case here, they panicked. And
Menring's just getting his feet wet,
You got to give the guy, if you're hyping this guy up, okay, he's going to be one of the best crew chiefs for your organization. You got to give him a chance, at least a chance a year for him and Jimmy to have that one-on-one communication, not only on the track but off the track. But in this instance here, with everything on the line with that team, Jimmy's never missed a postseason. I don't know. It kind of hurts. Yes, Kevin's still with the organization for a bigger role with the organization, but I don't know here. I think it hurts his confidence a little bit, and I don't know. This is mind boggling.
I just think it was too soon. I think you got to give him more than half the season.
They panicked. It's a panic move, and that's Sarah's driver's Jimmy, and she's like, "Why did they do it?" I'm like, "Well, you gotta listen to the podcast, and I'll explain to you why." She's like, "You can't tell me right now." I'm like, "Oh, you gotta listen to the podcast."
I guess you should have her skip like that first 20-minute section. Then where we're talking about how you're going to sneak off and go to a race.
Yeah. We gotta skip that. We gotta skip that part. But they panicked. It's plain and simple. They panicked. Mendring, like you said, was just getting his feet wet. Finally, him and Jimmy didn't see eye to eye. I don't know. I'm not part of the organization, but they just panicked. It's plain and simple. They panicked. Jimmy's accustomed to being, and I was even talking to my dad about this. Jimmy's accustomed to being in the top 5, top 6. Ever since Chevy's went to this new car, I don't think he's been aggressive enough. I remember when he was winning these championships, he was making moves that Kyle Busch is making, that Martin Truex Jr. is making, Keselowski, Logano, all these guys that are winning races doing these moves. That's why he hasn't won a race in, what was it, 79, almost 80 races right now?
Yeah.
He's not being aggressive. He's not being aggressive.
I mean, they've shown glimpses of speed on a couple of races, and I really thought after that Chicagoland race where he was battling for the lead with teammates Chase Elliott, Harvick up there at Chicagoland, okay, I think this 48 could go somewhere a little bit, but Jimmy somewhere in the last few weeks, I think it was a few weeks ago, saying that they weren't on the same page or whatnot. And, especially the last couple of races here, the results haven't been there. So something is clearly not right with the 48. I mean, yes, Chase Elliott's won a race. Alex Bowman has won a race. William Byron has shown improvement. We talked about that throughout tonight's show. Jimmy's been there we go. Jimmy's been in and out. And everybody's talking about when Jimmy's going to get back to victory lane, when Jimmy's going to win, when he's going to win the race. Well, this 48 team, has not shown the consistency to threat the wins.
Not at all. And like it says, it comes to being aggressive. What else? Like you mentioned, though, I don't know. It's a panic move. It's just a panic move.
I agree with that. Too quick. He pulled the trigger on that. Ryan, you were big on this one. NASCAR changes the uncontrolled tire rule.
And yes, and finally, and this is part of my rant. Finally. Y'all know I'm not the biggest Denny Hamlin fan in the world. In fact, I think
just gonna mute my mic on this one.
Okay. I think he's probably one of my, I wouldn't say hated, but I just don't like the guy. But there are times when he was on pit road, they're like, "Oh, that's an uncontrolled tire." I'm like, are you kidding? The guy standing right next to the damn tire. How is that uncontrolled? Oh, it's gonna be arm's length. Oh, sure. Let's take a tape measure out. Measure from the tire to excuse me, where the guy's standing. That's uncontrolled tire. I'm glad they changed this rule. I am super happy for it. It let the tire get outside of the pit box. Then, yes, call the uncontrolled tire. I'm just happy. I'm happy in general for all the guys that have been, penalized for this, that have, a good race going. You're leading. You're battling for the lead. And, coming down pit road, uncontrolled tire. I get to speeding. Okay, you cut that back a little bit too. But I'm glad NASCAR finally, in the midseason, I'm all right with that too, changed this rule right before the playoffs.
Is this the only midseason rule change we've had so far?
I do believe so.
I think so.
Who had the over under on that one? I think I set it at 5 at the first show of the season. I think I took the over too. I guess I lost that bet.
Yeah, I tell you, but I think you ask any fan out there, and I think they're happy with the rule change.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
happy with it.
yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that, especially if they would have kept that role, especially it affected the championship. Woo,
Can you imagine?
it would
Can
have
you
been
imagine the final four race at Homestead, Miami? Say it's between Kyle. We'll go throw Truex, Kozlowski, and Chase Elliott.
Yay, I'm in this one.
I'm playing out a scenario for you fellas here. So we have a pit stop coming with say 35 laps to go. You've been on the car. You need at least two tires and get some gas to get you to the end. You get that pit stop. Oh, we have a penalty. We have an uncontrolled tire for the 19 and 9. Rear to the field you go. How would that make you guys feel? And you look at the replay and the guy standing right next to the tire.
I would be pissed. I'll be up the wall.
Wait a minute. Whose
Yelling
driver is it and where's mine at?
I said it would be if the 19 and 9 both get the tire penalties on that final pit stop. So it'd be down to Kyle
I'm
and Joey.
take my TV off the wall.
See?
But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, that's the only thing about it is I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
And that's why
Yeah,
they made the rule change.
It's been a rough 6 weeks for me here.
Oh, that it has. Maybe he'll run good this weekend because we're recording again.
It just seems like since Talladega, it's been this just downward spiral.
So,
All right, social media.
all right.
Let's get to it. We are up to 1,735 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, 322 followers on Twitter, 74 likes on Facebook, and 26 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts. We have Josh White at Fighting Marine. We have Back on the Track, Back of the Pack Pod at Back OT Pack. I messed that one up. I butchered that one.
All right.
We have Tyler Flake at TFlake2178. And we have Brett Morris at BWayne8589. Podcast shoutouts this week include the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Racing Podcast, the Alternatives No Brakes Podcast, the Side Draft Podcast, the Final Lap Weekly. Eddie, I'm going to give it to you here so you can give everyone your information on your podcast and where they can find you at.
All right, you guys can follow me on Twitter at EG3_Fast Eddie, and of course, my podcast, the 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast. All new episode about to be completely uploaded now, and once it does, I'll share it onto the Twitter page. So once again, you can follow me at EG3_Fast Eddie, and it was a jam-packed show this week. So yeah, you're gonna have to subscribe to the podcast and find out what went down there. So yeah, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast, EG3, subscribe, add it to your list of racing/sports podcasts.
Dilly dilly to that. I can drink to that.
Dilly dilly.
I was waiting for someone to come in with a dilly dilly there.
Well,
Places to find us. We are on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube. In your search bar, Ryan, you've been waiting for this for so long. In your search bar, Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you follow, subscribe, turn on that notification bells. This way you get notified every time we upload new content, and so you can hear that notification bell ding.
ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. On Facebook, we are in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personal Twitter handles, myself at Grey Goose F150 and Ryan.
R Rencola 88. It's been so long, I almost forgot what my Twitter name was.
First initial, last name.
Yeah, exactly.
88.
Easy enough.
Ryan, it is your turn to take away the microphone, the stage, the setting. It is time for your rant, sir. What do you got this week?
All right, guys. After a month laugh, it's great to be back. You know, watching these last couple races here, this whole NBC portion of the broadcast as they take over to get us through to Homestead Miami Speedway, to get us to the chase. I'm on social media, everybody is. And it was the first race at Chicago. And it wasn't even the Cup race. It was the Xfinity race. They take your commercial with 12 laps in. Oh, here we go. NBC, nothing but commercials. There's a simple method for this problem. If you don't like NBC's broadcast, stop watching, listen to it on the radio, go to the races, but enough with the complaining, because I've noticed something about NBC. You get the most green flag racing in that final stage when it comes down to the end of the race. I love their broadcast. They got good pit reporters. Junior's a superstar calling a race, even though he doesn't like the radio style, which I thought he did fantastic at Pocono, and he's going to do another great job this weekend at Watkins Glen.
It's hard to do it at Pocono. Can I cut in here?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, AJ.
It's hard at Pocono because, like a road course, you have like certain sections where guys will cover, a handful of turns. It's hard when you only have 3 turns, 3 straightaways, and you have 3 different teams trying to call the race that way.
Yeah.
It just happens too quick. At road course, it works way better.
That it does, and I can't wait to see it this weekend. But yeah, like I said, if you're complaining, either stop watching, listen to it on the radio, or get off of social media.
And screw DirecTV.
Yes, screw DirecTV. And then I think that's really all I
We
have.
had a month off, and you don't have anything else.
I'm thinking here. Give me a minute.
How about the Tigers getting rid of your best player today?
Football season now.
8-8, here we come.
Whoa. Wow.
Am I giving you too much credit?
You're giving us way too much damn credit. They're picking up 3-13.
3-13?
Yes, one national writer said...
What are you, a Bucs fan?
No. A national writer said they're going to go 3-13.
Ooh.
Looking at... I forgot the dude's name. But looking at the schedule, I'm going to give you it right now. Because I'm on. Preseason, the Pats come to town, AJ, so that might be cool. But here we go. Open up in Arizona against the Cardinals. That's Kyle Murray's going to tear us apart.
Yeah, right.
Then the Chargers come calling to Ford Field for the home opener.
Loss.
Then you go at Philly.
Loss.
Lose.
Patrick Mahomes comes to town to throw for 800 yards. Then we go to the Shop of Horrors on Monday Night Football, Green Bay.
Loss. No. Win.
Okay. Then the Vikings come calling to Ford Field. We can't seem to beat them lately.
Win.
That's a loss. Saquon and the Giants come in.
Win.
The following week. Then we go to Oakland.
Win.
Play the Bears.
Loss.
Play the Cowboys.
Win.
Where is it?
In Detroit.
Win. I'm gonna say win.
That's a coin flip.
Yep. And then we play the Washington Professional Football Team of America. Then the
Win.
Bears on Turkey Day.
You said the Bears?
Yep, Bears aren't on Thanksgiving.
Loss.
Then go at Minnesota.
Loss.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Win.
Denver.
I'm gonna say one.
You say loss on the Tampa Bay one? All right.
Yeah.
And then we go to Denver and then Green Bay.
So you end the season with, I'll give you a split there. I'll give you a win and a loss there.
Yep. I'll do the same there.
I think I have you guys at 8-8. That's not bad.
I don't see it. We have a slow line banking core. The secondary minus Darius
Matt
Slay.
Patricia. That's all you need.
Oh yeah, but we did sign Mike Daniels, who was released by the Packers. Which
the there was just perfect.
Yep.
All right, enough football talk, man. Enough. I'm done with
So,
football.
speaking of which, I'm on Facebook today and I seen a, Joey Logano's wearing a Planet Fitness outfit. Next Thursday, Planet Fitness, not too far from the old house, Joey Logano will be there signing autographs and hanging out with fans at Planet Fitness in Dearborn. So instead of going to Roush to meet Ricky Stenhouse, no offense, Ricky, we're going to go meet the champ, Joey Logano.
Nice.
Yep. And as you know, I seen him win at MIS in June and got the video of the champagne celebration. Plus, I need to get my Pure Michigan 400 flag signed by him.
Correct.
So, yes, it's going to be fun. Sorry I didn't have more of a rant. I did the Bassett one, the tire one. People complaining on social media about...
What do you say we get the white flag then?
Yeah, let's go.
White flag, here we go.
Tight, keep working the mirrors. In line with you, coming to the white. Only two.
White flag is for the point in the show where we go over our predictions for the race weekend. Eldora and Watkins Glen. Ryan leads the season.
Yeah.
I just don't have an updated point total yet. I'll have that for you next week. Being with that said, why don't we let Eddie go first this week?
All right.
All right.
Truck
Nice.
Series, Eddie. Who are you going with?
Truck Series. I am going to go with driver that won there a couple years ago, and he needs to. I'm pretty sure he can get in on points, but a win would solidify his spot in the postseason of Truck Series. The 88 truck, Matt Crafton.
Solid pick. Ryan, who are you going with?
I'm going with Crafton's teammate. Give me the 98 of Grant Infinger.
I'm going with the 52 with Stuart Friesen. It's happening. He's going to win.
Uh-huh.
Ryan, you might be leading the season standings, but I'm pretty sure I've nailed my truck picks this year.
You have. I've nailed my Cup and Xfinity, though, so.
Great. Fantastic. Xfinity, Eddie, who do you got?
Xfinity Series. There's going to be a couple Cup guys in there. Blaney and Kyle Busch. I'm going to obviously go with the Xfinity driver in this one. I'm going to go with the 7 car, Justin Allgaier.
Ryan?
And I saw it as I did the entry list. AJ Allmendinger is in the Xfinity car this weekend. Give me AJ.
Since I don't know what number he's in, I'm just putting Dingaling on yours.
Why don't you just put Dinger?
Because since we've ran this show, I've always called Allmendinger Dingaling.
Oh, okay.
Eddie, I'm agreeing with your pick. I'm going with the 7.
All right.
On the Cup side, Eddie, who do you got?
Man, I'm going to homer out on this one. Martin Truex Jr. gets a little bit of redemption from last year's race. Epic battle with your Chase Elliott. There, AJ, going with MTJ 19 car.
And your sleeper?
Sleeper.
Let's go back a little bit. Let me explain the sleeper to you. Can't have any more than, what did we say, Ryan? 3 wins?
Yeah, that was 3 wins, yeah.
So can't have any more than 3 wins.
Oh, then that's going to be easy then. I'm going to go with Daniel Suarez in the 41, Stewart Haas Racing.
Nice.
Suarez in the 41. Ryan, who do you got?
Give me the 18 of Kyle Busch. My dark horse was going to be Ryan Blaney, but then I saw you picked him, so I'm like, all right, I'll go out the box. Give me Michael McDowell.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Wow.
He is a little road racer, so.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was trying to remember the number. 34. Eddie, to kind of feed off of yours a little bit here, I'm going with the number 9 homer pick, Chase Elliott. We're gonna battle it out again, man.
Got that feeling. Yep. He was. Sorry to cut in here. He was good at Sonoma as well until he had a fortunate issue there. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, he can stay on the track with no issues.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it.
Speaking of which,
kick me when I'm down. Why don't you?
Go with your dark horse, AJ.
Dark horse, Ryan Blaney.
It was funny too because I don't know if you guys have seen the replay, but they show a picture of Jeff Burton in turn 3, and he's looking at something. All of a sudden, you see Chase in the background, and he doesn't even notice it. But when Priest hit the wall in turn 1, Bagley was right on that. He's like, "Man, we got a caution. We got a car hard into the wall," and it was great. Burton
it was funny. I know what you're talking about. It was funny.
Burton's just like, "What's going on?" Bam.
Well, hopefully we have a good weekend. What do you say, Ryan? It's time to hit him with it.
Road coursing. Wow. Woo!
It's late. It's 11:15 local time.
Yes, it is. Road course racing style, guys. Derby tomorrow night. Guys, enjoy it. If you guys are going, post pictures on social media. It's great to be back. Eddie, awesome again to have you on our show. And we will see you guys at the track.
Eddie, what you got?
I got nothing. Guys, this was another good show tonight. It took us a little bit to get the ball rolling a little bit, but after that, we're off and rolling. It's a good show. Looking forward to the weekend. Obviously, more road course racing in Watkins Glen, and man, it's gonna be a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to see. Oh, and also before I forget, my Falcons play tomorrow night. Hall of Fame game tomorrow, exhibition game, Falcons against Broncos. So looking forward to seeing the young guys, see what they do, what they can bring a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a busy night tomorrow night for me. Falcons game and Eldora Derby. Looking forward to it.
I just want to say thank you, Eddie, for coming on the show again. Knocked it out of the park again.
Yeah.
I think we said Darlington, you're coming back? Post Darlington?
Yes, sir. Darlington.
Post Throwback Weekend.
Throwback Weekend, baby.
We're looking forward to that. So thank you for coming out on the show tonight. Make sure you all go check out Eddie and the EG3 going 3 wide with EG3 podcast. And
yes, sir.
Special thanks to Brandon for coming out in the chat, talking with us from Lap Traffic. Make sure you go check them out. Special thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. Thanks to everyone who downloaded this podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for bearing with us in this long off period we've had. We're going road coursing again. Time to turn left and right. Y'all enjoy it. Have a good weekend. We're out. See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Drive job. Yeah. Say